Hello, this week we have with us Krishan. He is the VP of User Experience in PayU India. His love for sculpture took him into design and eventually to UX. He also loved making snakes in his pets in college. So, sir, we have a question answer round with you. How would you explain the correlation between UX and UI?
Correlation between UX and UI. I think UX is a philosophy, UI is a skill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it takes a lot of processes, it takes a lot of org structure, training, tools, methods to deliver UX. UI is just one skill.
Okay, so moving on to the next question. What do you feel about every company jumping on the bandwagon of applications, even when they don't need it?
You want a short answer or a long answer?
As you wish.
So let me a slightly longer answer. So 2008, I was in New York, and that was when iPhone was launched. So I remember the extremely long line outside the App Store, and everyone was waiting for the new phone coming, and I was one of them. People sleeping on the footpath waiting for the iPhone to come. And the iPhone came, and along with iPhone came the App Store. And the App Store had all the different apps available, and people loved the apps. Businesses who were making apps at that point got so much engagement from users, and many businesses became extremely rich pushing the apps as well. In fact, a friend of mine who made Doodle Jump, the game, became extremely rich. I think he became a millionaire overnight because that game was very, very popular. And what businesses realize that if you have an application, then you can become rich. Yay! Right. So Uber, all of these different businesses came up, made app services, etc. And then the correlation between having an app and being a successful business became very, very strong. In fact, during this time is why it became very important to be a UX designer, because apps came up. Apps pretty much set the need for UX designers as a profession. So this one company after the other wanting to build apps is a legacy from there.
Okay, so the next question for you. If you were given a month for a brand revamp project, how would you space out the process, and how much time would you give to the research phase?
1 month. Okay. If you have 1 month for a brand revamp project, there would be no research. It's too short a time to deliver that. The process that you would space out mostly would be understanding what the brand attributes come from the stakeholders, and then modeling that into a representation of their vision, and then coming out with whatever examples are there, whether it's in the typography, in their colors, in their logo, in their collateral, how would that look? That itself will take more than a month at least. And this is a good question to ask. The reason for this is the typical scenario outside the industry. In the industry, this is the timeline that you'll be given for a project. And this is where the research goes for a toss, because there's no time. So the challenge for you guys when you go out is, how do you build in research given such timelines?
So what are your views of super specialization during education at an undergraduate course? Or do you think one should title themselves as UX designer or UX manager or a UX researcher?
Okay, so two questions, two very, very different questions. Let me answer the first one.
Okay.
So you said that what's the value of super specialization in your undergrad? I would say it's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. These are very, very specific skills. If you just learn these skills and you go out and you expect this is who you will become, that's not the case. People from product design, furniture design, exhibition design, all of them are doing UX right now. Why? Because it pays. That's it. It doesn't matter what they study. So what you study and what you end up being is very, very different things. And the question you need to ask from yourself in that context is not what skill you want to learn, but who do you want to be? What makes you feel relevant in life? Is it helping other people? Does that give you a sense of purpose? Is it making lots of money? Which is fine. Be honest. If you think making lots of money is good for you, be honest. But if that sense of purpose is clear for you, then you can build all the other skills around it. But if your life is only built around one skill, then you are called that skill person, which is lame. You're not a skilled person, you're a person.
So, do you think that one should title themselves as a UX designer?
Titles will die out. These are titles right now because this is a popular profession. This will change very fast. There are other more meaningful roles waiting for you guys outside. For you, it's important to be aware of what those roles are and then aim for that. For example, why can't you guys be a product manager? You own products and you build products. Why can't you do that? Why can't you guys be a business leader? The only difference a business leader has opposed to you is a business leader went to an MBA school. You can get that education as well. Along with that, you have the value of understanding users. You bring empathy. That's a far more important skill in terms of building businesses and building products than anything else. You have to think yourself in that way. If you think yourself as a craftsman, then you are belittling the role of design in the world. So the next generation of university, the whole point of I think Avantika as well, the reason why I came here to have a conversation with you because Rohit told me that you guys have programs which have a mix of technology, business and design as well. This is the new age. Any design school which is pure play teaching you just basic skills like Illustrator and graphics, and they are not setting you up for success but for failure. It's a long answer.
So, what is the persuasion technique that you think works best with your clients?
Give me the money or else I will not give you the work.
Okay, so
the best way to work with clients, guys, is the relationships. If you want to work with people, people work with other people who they like. As simple as that. If you have a relationship with your client, they'll work with you. It's never transactional in nature. That's a recipe of success. I'll give you an example, right? There's certain communities in India are always very more successful than others. So if you look at Jains, or you look at the Gujaratis, or you look at Marwadis, why are they more successful? Are they more intelligent? Is there some intelligence serum in their gujia or bhujia, whatever they eat? There is none of that, right? The reason why they do better is because they are tremendously close-knit as a society, and they help each other. They have great relationships, and they believe in that. It comes from there.
okay, so now we will have a rapid fire round. So you need to choose one, Android or iOS?
Both.
UX or UI?
UX.
Why? UX.
UI is a skill, UX is a philosophy. I believe in philosophies.
Okay. Textbook learning or practical learning?
Practical learning, any day.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs. I have 3, I have no choice.
So, we have a signature move here. What flavor of ice cream do you think you are?
So you did warn me about this question before this. I'm still having a tough time. I'm not an ice cream eater. I practically haven't had ice cream for about 1.5 years now. But if I was an ice cream, I think I would be either a vanilla or a strawberry at max. I'm like a constant flavor. I'm like straight.
Okay, reason why like you would be vanilla or something?
I'm not complex as a person.
Okay.
I'm not like with chocolate inside or tutti frutti. This question is going sideways. Next one.
Okay, so here we are done with our question answer round.
Fantastic.
So having you here was a great experience to us. Listening to you talk has forced us to put our thinking caps on. Thank you so much for coming here and talking with us.
Absolutely.